Wow! If it isn't the Traveler and Paimon! Oh, have you seen the article I wrote about you?
Ha! You've got some nerve! You just used us to make some quick mora!
Can we negotiate the profit split, maybe?
Oh, you needn't worry about that. I heard that you were in Poisson some time back, so I sent you a letter to discuss just that. It appears you didn't receive it, though. It's all right, though. I've set aside the amount intended for you. I've even set the table with some food.
How would you even deliver the letter to Traveler? Because they're always traveling.
Really?
You're almost a little too easy to win over, Paimon. If I were a journalist with ulterior motives, you'd be in trouble now, you know.
Oh, Paimon knows you're...
Still, what brings you here all of a sudden? Were you looking for me?
When Mona mentioned you, we thought of coming to see you.
I see. It seems you've already bumped... So she mentioned me?
She said that you're a real daredevil of a journalist.
Nice. In which case, can this daredevil journalist dare to request an exclusive interview with the legendary Traveler and Paimon?
Huh? So your article in the paper today doesn't count?
Oh, of course it doesn't. That was more like live photography. What I'd like to do is dive deeper and ask you to talk about the things you've seen and experienced.
You seriously want to interview me?
Yeah. Are we even qualified?
Why not? If I say you're worth an interview, then you're worth it. But not right now, of course. I'll need a few days to prepare.
Oh, in that case...
Oh, so that's a yes? Ooh, splendid! I'll tell the editor-in-chief immediately. Whew, so much to get...
Wait, Charlotte. Paimon's still got a question for you.
And what's that?
If, just for example, Fontaine were to be...
Huh. That's the prophecy you're talking about, isn't it? I mean, I do hear about it often, but I've never once thought that the day could be tomorrow. If you're seriously asking, then I might try and think of a way to leave Fontaine.
Yeah, that's probably
I'm
what
still a journalist first and foremost.
you would
That means I have
probably
to be
run
reporting
instead of
from the scene.
trying to stay
And
here.
secondly, I wouldn't forsake my homeland that easily. From what I've seen, most people don't know what they'd do should the worst come to pass.
Yeah, I
Truth
wouldn't
is,
know
it's better
either.
just to behave like
Probably.
normal rather than worry over such an end. So in all likelihood, I'd probably still be prepping at the office for that interview of ours. Just think about it. If this nation really were to be suddenly destroyed tomorrow, but I still successfully finish an exclusive interview with a truly unique person, and then do you know what I'd do? Well, I'd write that story, send it for printing, and use messenger pigeons to get copies out to the various nations as soon as possible. I'm not a dreamer, nor am I a workaholic, but I do love my job, and I'd be proud of leaving such an article behind. I guess, but anyway, that's my answer. And
Is
on
that
note,
fate? Would you
get back to my
say,
preparations.
is it fate for you to be a journalist?
That's so nice. Anyway, let's go and take a look at the sea.
Yeah, so people aren't that scared of the, like, actually scared, wanna get away kind of thing. They're just okay with disaster, impending disaster. Except for maybe Arlecchino.
The sea breeze and scenery can be a pretty soothing combo, huh?
Yeah, it's really nice. Sea breeze is really nice.
Paimon's been thinking,
Yeah?
if it wasn't Fontaine, but all of Tevat that would be destroyed tomorrow, where would we go and what would we do?
That's an odd question. We don't know what else besides Tevat, but Traveler can go anywhere, right? Outside of
No,
Tevat.
Paimon should have...
Huh. It's just like Charles says, I don't try to consider what to do, it's
We've
pointless.
always been moving to the next destination, so we haven't spent much time thinking about these kinds of things. We didn't have to either, with us always being on the road and whatnot.
Until that moment comes, I think I'll keep journeying on.
You mean, still traveling?
Yeah, cherishing every single moment that I have to look upon this world.
Oh. What?
Turns back and forth between two of you still lives by as nightfall returns congregation as the end of this busy day. The next few days are just as calm. Charlotte comes to find you conducts the interview with Spinoza as well as of Los Sandra. Now if you having finished your business with Poisson even drops you to take a photo with the two of you, all goes well.
Feels like you'll grow mold if you stay
Ew.
here long. But it's still better than the Fortress of Mirapede.
Ah, so the two of you are still here.
Oh, you're from the Palais Mermonia, aren't you?
Yes, I'm Isadora. Monsieur Nervilat sent me to look for you two before. I heard that afterward you went to the fortress of Meropide.
So, are you under the impression that we might be wanted criminals?
Not at all. I'm well aware that you're friends of his.
Let's hear
Actually,
it.
I'm here to
Did
pass
something
along a
happen?
message. Yes, inside the opera house. The Maréchaussée Phantom has declared the incident a small-scale riot.
A riot?
Well, that said, Lady Farina was watching a performance at the opera house, and while she was resting during an loudly accusing her of doing nothing about the prophecy crisis.
Is that the trap
And
that we
before
were
she could
building?
respond, others started to join in. The crowd continued to grow and protest against.
So people have started to put the blame on Farina. Guess they finally found an outlet for the pressure they...
I agree.
So what happened after that is for...
Seeing that the situation was spiraling out of control, and the Maréchaussée Phantom had their hands full maintaining order and did not catch where Lady Farina had gone.
So, you mean...
That's right. The Maréchaussée has dispatched... That said, I don't think there's much to worry about. She is a god after all. Even if she were to fall into the hands of rioters, what could ordinary people do to her?
I don't think she's that strong now, judging from the Alekino thing.
Good.
Don't worry.
See,
Is that so?
Well, sounds like we should hurry over to Poisson then.
you should call them
If we
quickly.
know Farina, she won't try to fix things in this situation.
Yeah,
Instead, she'll look
she's
for a
just
place
peace
to
out
wait
of
the
there.
heat. And as we also know, she may be loud and dramatic, but when Nervalet was talking to her in the Palais Mermonia, it would be hard for her to ignore being a... Paimon thinks Farina's probably taken the opportunity... Huh. Well, what do you think? Paimon knows the answer, of course, but
I see,
Paimon
becoming a
thinks Vivian
detective
knows her
can do
back
some
it
good.
up, too.
I like those detective
Cool,
novel that
huh?
effect on you.
In that case, there's not a moment...
Skyward! Scatter!
Okay, Pasan.
Skyward! Scatter!
Oh, is it underwater? Oh, so it is in Pasan.
This place looks deserted. Guess all the survivors must have evacuated already. All that's left here are signs of devastation. Could Farina really be here? Let's try to find her as soon as possible.
There she is.
That's Farina, right over there.
Stay quiet for now.
Should I just give up? This is all meaningless. What was meant to happen did happen after all. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Is this Horatio's throne?
Give up, Farina. There's no point in holding out. I'm sorry, but what can I even do other than to repeat meaningless apologies over and over?
Trina?
Who's that?
Don't worry, Farina, it's just that.
So it is you, blonde traveler from another land. Why, I almost thought you were someone from that mob of my ignorant subjects, come to kneel and beg for my forgiveness.
Farina, you were crying just now, weren't you? The tear stains on your face are obvious.
What do you mean, tear stains? Oh, I remember. The show at the Opera House earlier this morning was so moving. I'm still trying to process it.
You don't have to put that face for now. I don't think why
Who
she.
did that
I don't know why she's
uncivilized
putting it,
rabble think they were? Disturbing my enjoyment.
putting a
They
face on
even
poor
dare
people.
to tout their Archon. I must teach them a lesson. Oh, and I'm sure Nouvellette and those people from the Maréchaussée Phantom are freaking out right next to them too.
Stop trying to act tough right now. You're actually being devastated right now, aren't you?
Hey, there she is! The Hydro Archon's over there! Quick, after her!
Oh, she's just being chased for people?
People seem to be after you.
They are. They're just some.
Okay,
That's
then.
against the rules.
You drop the act for now, come on, stop it. Get some.
Just ran off.
Ah, my god. This Archon is so infuriating. Running from the people? Wow, that's... Well, maybe I just have too much expectation of the Hydro Archon. Because from the lines and the Amethyst Crystal, the crystal thing, the lines were so, like, fancy.
This should be the place, right? Hey,
I guess it does kind of fit the usual Verna.
there's a good hiding spot over here. Quick, come.
What?
Hurry, they're almost here.
Fine. I suppose.
Okay, just please tell us what is going on.
No, I mean, I merely gave in to the sheer enthusiasm they displayed.
You might want to lower your voice to say it.
You're right.
Yep, that's a good girl.
Is the water rising again?
What's happening?
Notice the
the
stars I
ground
just
shaking.
expect.
Yeah, a quake of this kind preceded the flooding in Poisson, didn't it?
It can't be.
Well, there's no need to worry too much about that. Nouvellette's made...
Yeah, but the people of Poisson.
As Frida finally reached her limit, now that she's talking about her actual feeling, she's starting to look far less stiff. Begin to talk among yourself as Frida slowly calms down.
It's true. I've been investigating the prophecy for hundreds of years. I once had informants all over Tevat, searching for clues and feeding information back to me. I've tried all kinds of ways too to hold back the sea. Anything to keep the coastline from advancing. But all my efforts proved to be futile in the end. Really, the truth has been clear to me for a very long time. We cannot make an enemy of the divine. No matter what
that's
we
the line.
do, the will of the heavenly principles will have its way, and the prophecy shall be fulfilled.
Even not make the enemy of the divine. That's the line I remember. But even then, you still haven't given up, right?
Give up. I do love the sound of that phrase. It would mean finally coming to terms with fate, but also for me to finally be free.
But that would also mean that all hope would disappear.
Indeed. I've thought about giving up so many times. His fate is really unreasonable, isn't it? It has no heart and obeys no rules. The prophecy has only just started to come true, and so many people have already lost their lives. But just now, it all became clear to me. I still don't have the right to come to terms with fate on behalf of everyone else. As long as the final moment hasn't come, don't worry. Well, that's enough for now.
What a
I got the
switch.
impulse to play the stricken maiden, but honestly, considering my rank and station, that wasn't a good fit at all.
I think she really have those two personalities.
Don't take any of what I just said seriously.
Come on! Paimon could...
Running out of time, we can just go back to square one like this. I have to get information out of her. Brina, you might not have the shoulders burden alone. Although I don't know what you might be keeping from everyone, your people are more than willing to share your burden with you.
Share my burden. That's impossible. It was fated right from the start that this would be my duty alone.
But it also affects everyone in Fontaine, so you should let everyone help. But even your burden doesn't need to be shared, you can still choose to confide in someone. Just share it with me and what you call a witness.
Yes, I've heard that you came to Tevat from beyond the stars, yes. In other words, you never belonged here. And if Tevat is, in its entirety, a show on a stage, then you're just a spectator, aren't you?
That line's like something with me. Traveler is just a spectator.
If that's the...
There's nothing left. Let's try and spit out. Huh. What? Exactly. Oh, is it the poison? Is it... Oh, that was the trap? How does that happen? Wow, what a magic tricks, Lily. I didn't even realize that. Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen,
so
this concludes my
when we
opening
enter,
performance.
the noise. Oh, the noise was that lifting, just the box. Oh, I get it. That is so cool. I forgot about the whole trap thing, but yeah.
Now, without further ado, we may proceed to the trial of our god.
So, this is what it is. Yes, you deserve praise for the effort you took to raise the dramatic stakes. Do not forget, however, that I am Fosalor, the god of justice, the embodiment of justice itself. Does it not strike you as even the least bit absurd to bring the very concept of justice to trial?
May I interpret these words as your refusal to stand trial? In that case, you will have the opportunity to defend your honor through a duel.
Okay. I don't think you want to do that, Pina.
You would draw your blade against a god?
Uh-huh. That is a yes.
I see. It seems like you have made a...
Oh,
Everyone can't believe
that's
it.
expected.
She just surrendered.
Yeah, I don't think she can do anything.
What the heck is going on? Did I just see an Archon surrender to a human?
Wow, how utterly humiliating.
Yeah.
Farina, what is the meaning of this?
It would seem that there has been a misunderstanding. To be clear, the raising of both hands is not always an indication of surrender.
Okay, what does that mean then, Verna?
Looking for excuses again, huh?
I raised my hands just now to indicate my acceptance of the trial. No duel shall be necessary. I will admit that I've been running away for a long time. I'm sorry, everyone. I was unable to protect the people of Poisson. It is my duty to stand trial for
There
my
you go,
crimes.
finally.
You are not the only ones to be disappointed in me. I, too, am exceedingly disappointed in myself.
Okay, now that you're being a little more honest, it's starting to be a bit more tolerable.
But now, it is time for the Hydro Archon to show you her courage and resolve.
Okay, let's see.
I, Farina, will use this trial to show the world the true meaning of justice! This time, applaud and rejoice. One of the most outrageous and fantastical arcs known to the opera epiclese is now unfolding before your eyes. Mark my words. This shall be one of the most exhilarating and brilliant shows ever to grace the stage of Fontaine. The trial of the Hydro Archon, Focalor, will now begin!
Woohoo!
Even now she's loud when it's on stage.
Why does it feel like Farina just took over the whole thing? Like, come on! Didn't she just get forced to stand trial for her crimes? Also, even though she's still acting super dramatic, she is taking this seriously this time, right?
All right, then. Who will be my opponent in this trial?
The court asks the prosecutor to please take the stand.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Is that so? Very well. Then please speak, witness of Tivat, my accuser and fated opponent.
We're so close to getting our results, yet we still turn out like this in the end. It's okay though, as long as we can defeat Verna in court, we still have a chance to figure everything out. Trial begin.
Also, please allow me to ask, as a final question before the trial begins. Just how much work did you do to force me onto this stage?
Probably quite a lot.
Well, we did do a lot of prep after the meeting that day.
I can go over the tasks assigned to the Spina di Rosula, since they were rather straightforward and easy.
Navia, the president.
Most of the people who participated in the disturbance this morning were my subordinates.
Oh, I see. So they were all acting.
They changed into plain clothes and came to the Opera House as regular audience members, waiting for the perfect opportunity to incite insurrection against you. The people's resentment against their Archon has been building as more and more of the prophecy is fulfilled. A spark was all we needed to turn smoldering anger into a flame. Moreover, according to our understanding and analysis of you, when something like that occurred, you would likely flee the scene and head to Poisson by yourself. So, we arranged for a second group to lie in wait.
So, you mean... the one...
And their goal was to force you to step into the giant magic box so you may personally participate in the greatest magic performance in all of Fontanian history.
That's right. That house was a magic box, rather than someone's residence.
As the super ultimate version of the setup that I used when I first performed at the Opera Epiclese, the volume of the box was increased by a whole order of magnitude, and the distance it traversed was the entire gap between Poisson and Areneas. Its cargo, of course, was an Archon instead of a human.
That is impressive.
My thanks, Farina. Without your help, we could never have pulled off such an extraordinary performance. Of course, this performance was only made possible with Father's support. The House of the Hearth spent a massive amount of labor in Mora to pull this off.
Did they just lift that thing up?
We had to select a location, construct a giant magic box, dig a tunnel, and open up a path through the water. It was a lot of work for all of us.
So, in other words, the earthquake that...
That's right. It wasn't a sign of another disaster to come.
Sorry about that. We deceived you back there.
Then, I can guess, Nervila, you gathered a crowd, prepared a stage, and made sure that the champion duelist would be immediately ready for a fight. Also that as soon as I appeared on the stage, the trial may commence without a hitch.
Yes, that is correct.
Well, Clorand, I must commend you for your courage. Only the most outstanding champion duelist in all of Fontaine would accept a duel with an Archon without flinching.
Either Clorian is insanely strong or just Farina is really weak and Clorians know that.
As for you, Traveler, I suppose your role was you'd make sure that I didn't notice anything amiss before revealing yourself as my prosecutor once we'd arrived onto the stage.
No, you guessed wrong.
Oh?
My mission was to give you one last chance. We hope that you'd share your secret with us before the magic box arrived to the stage.
then it's fine. It matters not. The stage is already set, so there's no reason to disappoint the audience. Let's see this trial through to the very end.
Yeah, the only thing we can do now is judge the Argo icon. I still can't help but be a little worried by that conversation earlier. What did Furina want me to say right before we arrive on stage?
Sir Prosecutor, please allow me to pass
I
this
am
along.
not of this world, so that must mean I'm just a spectator at this. And there are some place that the god gaze does not fall. Is that all related, maybe?
This is a document that Miss Charlotte applied for and received permission to share with you during the trial.
Huh? Charlotte wanted to give us something?
That's probably the evidence list.
Oh, let Paimon see. Wait, then that means this document is
Ooh.
so in other words, we can refer to this
Oh, yeah.
anthology of evidence every time we want to. Let's quickly confirm the information in it. Just think of it as a refresher, alright?
You defeated the Hydro Archon in the very first duels you took part in at the Opera House. That's one for the history books, all right.
Okay, nice. We got everything here.